Raya and the Last Dragon is an American animated action drama fiction film. The story revolves around Kumandra, once a prosperous land used to be filled with dragons and people living in harmony, now lies as an abandoned ruins after the drone appeared due to people's discord. How will Raya be successful in fulfilling her father's only wish of restoring Kumandra's lost glory when the divided world, including Raya, isn't ready to trust, outlines the remaining story. For more details on the movie and credits, see description box below. Raya is seen traveling across her homeland where people are turned into statues. The story takes us to a place called Kumandra. 500 years back, a prosperous land of people living with dragons in peace. It was believed that the dragons were responsible to get water, rain, and peace until the drone appeared. Drone, an evil identity, attacked people and dragons, turning them into stones. Only Sisudatu, the last dragon, concentrated all her powers into a gem and destroyed the drone, and people who were turned into stone statues were restored except the dragons. Sisu's spirit was turned into a gem, but the greed to possess the gem and be powerful among the people led the people to fight among themselves, leading Kumandra's division into 5 kingdoms, say 5 tribes, based on their position in the giant dragon-shaped river. Fang, heart, spine, talon, and tail, with heart securing the gem. Sisu's gem had to be hidden. Now, the story takes us to 500 years later in the Heart's Kingdom, when Raya's father's chief Banja puts Raya to a test in Dragon Gem's resting place, which is hidden from the remaining kingdoms. This place is magical due to the presence of Dragon's Gem, as you will see in the movie that the water is flowing upwards on the steps. To pass this test, Raya is required to touch the inner circular stone having the Dragon's Gem. When Raya passes the test in protecting the gem, the father announces her as the guardian of the Dragon Gem. This is Tuk Tuk, Raya's little friend who helps in her adventures. According to Raya's knowledge, Tail is a hottest desert where the sneaky mercenaries fight dirty. Talon, a floating market known for their fast deals owing to the fact that the fighters are exceptionally fast and smooth with their hands. Spine is an icy bamboo forest protected by large warriors with their giant axes. Fangs are the angrier assassins whose pets are even more angrier. While all the remaining tribes think that the tribe Heart is the most prosperous among all as it holds the dragon's gem, Raya's father believed that all the tribes have to trust each other to be united once again and hold a feast, seeking the leadership of all the 5 tribes. The 4 tribes are invited to Heart Kingdom, where Raya befriends Namari, daughter of Chief Virana of the Fang tribe. Both Raya and Namari share the same interest towards dragon. Namari gifts Raya with her dragon pendant and shows Raya a map and the location where it is believed that Sisu is resting in one of the many rivers, and if they find her, they can bring back Kumandra too. Raya trusts Namari and leads her to the place of the dragon's gem, but Namari betrays Raya, revealing that she is going to steal the dragon's gem to bring Fang's prosperity. Namari's alert leads Chief Banja and the other 4 tribes to the dragon gem's place, and all start fighting for the gem. Chief Banja fights back, tries to convince all the tribes to come together, become Kumandra, and live peacefully as they once did. During his speech, Chief Banja is injured, leading all the 4 tribes fight and finally destroy the gem. The gem's destruction reawakens the drone that attacks the people. Learning that the gem pieces still have the power, each tribe acquires a piece of the dragon's gem and all run away from the drone. Chief Banja, upon discovering that drone's power does not work in water, throws Raya into the water before turning into a stone. Now the story rolls back to Raya traveling for 6 years in the search of the river where dragon Sisu was last seen and reaches the tail region. Unexpectedly attacked by Droom, she escapes from it using her dragon gem piece and ends up at the river's end in a wrecked ship. As Raya needed Sisu's help to retrieve other gem pieces, with a small prayer chanting and anointing the dragon pendant which Namari gave to Raya as a friendship offering, Raya resurrects Sisu. Sisu could not believe when Raya tells that it has been 500 years and becomes shocked to hear the other dragons did not recover after turning into stone, and now the gemstone is broken. Sisu reveals that she did not create the gem but she used the powers belonging to her siblings. Sisu touches Raya's gem's piece and starts to glow, which is Sisu's sister Amba's power. Raya discovers that Sisu can still use the powers if Sisu touches the combined gem pieces, restoring the people that have turned into stone and destroy the Droon again. Then they both head off to recover all the remaining gem pieces from each tribe. Meanwhile, a fierce Namari, daughter of Chief Verana of the Fang tribe, is seen searching for Raya to retrieve from her the Fang's portrait of Sisu. The second gem piece that Raya and Sisu's retrieve is from Tail's chief, who died holding the gem piece stuck in her own ruined, booby-trapped Tail temple. Touching the second piece grants Sisu to become human, revealing that this is her sister Prani's shape-shifting powers. Here, Raya along with Sisu finally meets her backstabbing friend Namari and her tribesmen but escapes from the temple. Raya, Sisu and Tuk Tuk escape on the boat of the young owner and chef of his boat-cum restaurant and head to Talon to find the third gem piece. Boone's family was also turned into stone by the Droon. Despite Boone is friendly to them, Raya is unable to trust him fully and insists Sisu to stay in human form and not reveal that she is a dragon. Clearly, Raya has developed trusting issues and cannot trust easily anyone, which goes back to her witnessing the backlash and chaos the other tribes did, despite her father trusted the tribes and dreamt to live together in harmony. Namari is seen here paying respect to the dragon statues. As the Droon are lurking at the river bank, Boone confesses to Raya and Sisu that he survived on his own, as he never got out of water at night. Sisu reveals that the Droon are a plague born from the lack of harmony among the people. The Droon are opposite of dragons. When dragons bring water and life to earth, the Droon consumes the living with fire until nothing is left except ash and stone. Sisu, Raya and Boone have one thing in common: their families were taken down by the Droon. The trio arrives at Talon to claim the third gem piece, but Raya ventures out alone, telling Boone and Sisu to stay at the boat for their safety. Noi and her Onjis are chased by Raya as they steal her gem pieces. Raya gets introduced to Noi, a corn baby, and her partners in crime, monkey-like animals called the Onjis, who adopted Noi since her mother was consumed by Droon. Noi and the Onjis team up with Raya and help her to sneak inside Tang Hai's hideout, where Raya learns that Tang Hai has been turned into stone, and a most vicious, cunning chiefess, Tang Hu, has the gem. Meanwhile, Sisu leaves the boat and blabbers about Dragon's gem pieces, catching an old lady's attention who happens to be the Talon's lady chief, Tang Hu, who tricks and leads Sisu to the Droon. The old lady blackmails Sisu to reveal the location of the other gem pieces, or she becomes Droon's victim. Raya reclaims the third piece from the lady chief, rescues Sisu, and in turn Sisu uses Stone's fog power belonging to her brother Jagan's magic to escape from the sight of the Talon lady chief and her men. Namari's mother explains to Namari that Fang's kingdom is intelligently built across the canal, owing to the fact that Droon's power gets weak in water, hence Fang's people can continue to stay safe. Fang also has one situation, that they need space to expand their kingdom, to which Namari explains to her mother that if she takes the army and reaches Spine, where Raya will be retrieving the last gem piece, Namari adds that she will intercept Raya and bring the entire gem pieces to Fang and then expand their kingdom without getting attacked by the Droon. On the way to Spine, Raya expresses that the world cannot be trusted, quoting that she once trusted Namari, but she backstabbed her, awakening the Droon, who is turning the entire world into stone, otherwise the world would end up fighting over a gem. After reaching Spine, Raya follows Sisu, who heads towards the Spine tribe in order to prove Raya that her father was not wrong in thinking that the only way to gain the tribe's trust is to trust them first. Unfortunately, Raya and Sisu get captured by Tong, a brave but dreaded warrior. Later, Raya and Sisu were released by their remaining gang members and learn that Tong is the village's only survivor, who then reveals that his wife, child, and his entire clan were turned into stone. Namari arrives and Raya holds her off in a fight so the others can escape. But before Namari is able to defeat Raya, Sisu turns back into dragon and saves Raya. Tong, Boone, the baby, and her Onjis agree to help Raya after knowing Sisu is a dragon. Tong hands over the gem piece to Sisu, who can now control rain, the eldest brother Pingu's magic. On their way to Fang, Sisu suggests teaming up with Namari rather than stealing the final piece. Raya refuses and Sisu takes her back to the ruins of the heart, where the gem was destroyed into pieces and stolen by the other tribes. Raya was unaware that all Sisu's siblings' stone statues were hiding in the ruins for 500 years. Sisu tells her part of the story when the Droon first appeared. The other dragons were turned into stone, and Sisu and her siblings were the only 5 last dragons who were surrounded by the Droon. Pengu, the eldest sibling of all, decided to stand united and combined all their magic into a dragon gem, and Pengu and the remaining siblings chose and trusted Sisu to hold their powers. Sisu tells that she was able to save Kumandra only because she felt empowered to know her siblings' trust in her and vice versa. As the dragon siblings did for Sisu, Sisu asks Raya to do the same not just for Namari but also for her father's dream to revive Kumandra. Raya hesitates but finally gives a letter to Namari along with the dragon pendant indicating to ally with Raya. Namari arrives to meet Raya and Sisu in the pretext of forming an alliance, but as soon as Raya shows her bag full of remaining gem pieces, Namari threatens Raya, pointing their crossbow, saying that all the gems and Sisu are going along with her to Fang. Namari takes this step to save the reputation of the Fang, who is believed to be the cause of their worlds tearing apart, and also for its existence to continue by defeating the Droon. When Sisu tries to calm Namari, pointing her crossbow towards Sisu, Raya's old trusting issue with Namari emerges, causing Raya to throw her sword at Namari's crossbow, causing the trigger to release a bow, hitting Sisu and bringing her to death. Sisu falls into the river and her death drains the water away, and now Droon is seen attacking Fang. As Namari is mourning over her petrified mother, Raya follows Namari for confrontation. Raya and Namari fight, while Raya's gang fight off the Droon using their gem pieces and rescue Fang's clan. When Raya prepares to kill defeated Namari, Raya joins Boon, Tong and Noi after realizing part of her fault that resulted into Sisu's death due to her trusting issues. Namari too joins Raya and her gang to help. The power of the gem pieces proves to be not enough to overpower Droon. Realizing that it isn't the gem's power alone, but how her siblings' trust allowed Sisu to use the dragon's gem to save the world, Raya insists others to hand over their gem pieces to Namari. As the others show reluctance to trust Namari, Raya displays her trust towards Namari by handing over the gem piece to Namari, and soon the remaining gang members do the same before turning into stone. Namari assembles the gem pieces and returns to Raya and the gang before turning into stone. The dragon gem's power destroys the Droon, and everyone including the dragons get revived. As Raya and the gang members are rejoicing in their reunion, the dragons revive and reunite with Sisu. The water returns to the earth. Everyone reunites with their lost loved ones. Sisu reunites with Raya and her gang. Tong reunites with his family and his clan. Baby Noi reunites with her mother. Boon reunites with his family, and Raya reunites with Ba Chief Panja. Finally, Raya, Sisu, the dragons, and the tribes gather at heart to celebrate and finally reunite as Kumandra. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. For more storytelling videos, subscribe to our Moodies channel.